Okay, let's dive right into this. Picture this scenario for a second. It's the middle of a sudden biting SeaTac winter freeze, or maybe we're dead in the middle of a blistering summer heat wave. You walk into your living room and you realize something's wrong. It is completely silent. Your HVAC system has totally died, and your home is rapidly becoming, well, unbearable. For a lot of homeowners in the Pacific Northwest, this isn't just some hypothetical nightmare, right? It's a very real situation they face simply because of the specific, relentless environment right outside their doors. So, welcome to this explainer. Today we are going to break down exactly why our local climate is so hostile to your heating and cooling equipment. And more importantly, we'll talk about exactly how you can fight back.
Here's our agenda for today. First, SeaTac's unique climate challenge. Second, common local HVAC failures. Third, the $5,000 rule. Fourth, proper sizing and state codes. And finally, the Peak HVAC approach. Let's get to it.
Section 1. SeaTac's Unique Climate Challenge.
Now, the SeaTac microclimate is essentially the main antagonist of our story here. It's a constant, everyday stress test. So you really have to ask, why do HVAC systems fail so fast in SeaTac? It's a question that frustrates homeowners all the time. But when your system breaks down here, I really want you to know that it is rarely just random bad luck or, poor manufacturing. It's an environmental battle. Let's break down these specific daily threats. From October right through May, Pacific storm systems bring this constant moisture intrusion. Then, the humidity levels swing wildly between those wet winters and our surprisingly dry summers. That forces your equipment to work overtime just to keep up. Add to that the salt air blowing in from Puget Sound, which absolutely eats away and corrodes outdoor condenser units way faster than if you lived inland. And, as if that wasn't enough, homes near the flight paths actually have to deal with airport zone air pressure differentials. Those actively stress the duct systems in your house. I mean, it is just a relentless combination.
Moving on to Section 2. Common local HVAC failures.
Because of those unique threats we just talked about, we see very specific hardware failures in SeaTac homes, especially in houses built during that rapid development boom between 1990 and 2010. And the absolutely crucial focal point here? The number 35. That is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. A lot of local homes rely on heat pumps, which, don't get me wrong, are generally great, but when winter temperatures suddenly drop to freezing without any warning, those standard heat pumps struggle immensely the exact second the temperature falls below 35 degrees. They lose efficiency. They're forced to rely on their auxiliary emergency electric heat strips. So what happens? Those strips turn on constantly, barely heating your home, while simultaneously driving your utility bills right through the roof. This contrast brilliantly illustrates the vast difference in how we handle this climate locally. Think about your typical residential SeaTac HVAC system. It's out there battling corrosive salt air, and it's often constrained by undersized 1990s builder-grade limits. Now contrast that with the massive SeaTac airport HVAC systems literally just down the road. Those things are industrial grade. They're built with heavy redundancies, designed to filter absolutely enormous volumes of air, outdoor contaminants, and, get this, even jet fuel odors, all while maintaining perfect pressurization. The scale and capability difference is staggering for sure, but it really shows exactly what it actually takes to master this microclimate. But let's bring it back to our residential homes, where we face a really surprising year-round threat. Because of the constant humidity in our marine climate, algae thrives. Yeah, algae! It grows right inside the drain pans of your air conditioners and high-efficiency furnaces, and it completely clogs the condensate drain lines. When these lines clog up, water backs up. That triggers safety shutoffs, leaving you with zero climate control. And if you don't catch it in time, it causes serious water damage to your ceilings, your walls, and those notoriously tight Pacific Northwest crawl spaces.
All right, Section 3. The $5,000 rule.
So here's the big question. When do you actually fix your system, and when do you just cut your losses? Let me introduce you to a seriously empowering framework, the $5,000 rule. This is literally the ultimate insider heuristic for homeowners facing a broken system. It takes all the emotion and all the stressful guesswork completely out of the financial decision.
Here is exactly how it works, and it's brilliantly simple. Step 1. Figure out the age of your system in years. Step 2. Get your repair estimate cost from a qualified technician. Step 3. Just multiply the age by the repair cost. If that resulting number exceeds $5,000, replacement makes way more financial sense than repair.
Let's see how this builds your decision-making confidence in real life. Imagine you have a 12-year-old system, right? And a tech hands you a repair bill for $500. Now, $500 doesn't sound too bad on its own, but Multiply 12 by 500, and you get $6,000. That crosses our threshold. The verdict? Replace it. You really don't want to sink money into aging equipment that's been battling salt air and running on older, outdated refrigerants. Contrast that with a 4-year-old system facing a $300 repair. That equals $1,200. That is well under the threshold. The verdict there? Confidently repair it.
Section 4. Proper sizing and state codes. Now, if the math tells you it's time to replace, simply swapping a box for a box is just not going to cut it. Your next critical defense against this climate is proper sizing. And that brings us to the manual J load calculation. This is a highly precise sizing method. It factors in your home square footage, your insulation levels, your window area, and, this is key, SeaTac specific marine climate zone 4C data. The big problem? A lot of those builder-grade homes from the 90s and 2000s completely skipped this step to save a few bucks. That left homeowners with undersized systems that just run constantly but never actually reach the thermostat setting, or oversized systems that short-cycle and burn themselves out way too early.
Furthermore, Washington State actually amended its energy codes back in 2018 with some very strict legal minimums for energy efficiency. We are talking a 95% AFUE rating for furnaces, a 14 SEER minimum for air conditioners, and an 8.2 HSPF minimum for heat pumps. Oh, and your ductwork? It must be sealed with professional mastic, not just standard duct tape that peels off and fails in a few months. These are not just casual suggestions, guys. These are strict code requirements that guarantee your new system will dramatically lower your long-term utility bills compared to that old clunker.
Section 5. The Peak HVAC approach. So, who do you actually call to navigate all these strict codes, perform these complex calculations, and rescue you from a total HVAC failure? Well, we look to a local solution built specifically for this climate, Peak HVAC Seattle. What's absolutely fantastic about their approach is their frictionless, transparent service process. First off, it starts with 24/7 dispatch. When your furnace suddenly dies at 2 a.m. in December, you do not get an answering machine. A real person answers and a technician rolls out. Next is diagnosis and a written estimate up front. No hidden fees, no surprises. And finally, the repair and testing phase, which ends with a complete cleanup. They actually test the system through full cycles to guarantee the fix works before they ever leave.
And the metric that truly saves families from waiting around for days in a freezing or boiling house is this. Peak HVAC achieves a massive 87% same-day repair rate. Think about that. Only 13% of their calls require actually ordering parts.
So, how in the world do they achieve that? Well, here is the secret sauce. $15,000. That is the exact value of the parts inventory stocked on every single one of their service trucks. We're talking blower assemblies, control boards, compressors, covering 20 years of major brands sold in the area. They don't make you wait 3 days shivering in the cold because the part you need is likely already sitting in their truck in your driveway.
And to execute those repairs, their technicians are held to rigorous standards. They carry Washington State HVAC contractor licenses, EPA Section 608 certifications for safe refrigerant handling, and manufacturer certifications across the major brands. They use advanced diagnostic equipment, stuff like combustion analysis and pressure testing. Basically, they don't just guess or swap parts until something clicks. They find the actual root cause. That saves you money, and it prevents the exact same failure from ruining your weekend again next month. Now, once you have a functioning system, keeping it alive for its full 15 to 20-year lifespan requires a bit of strategy. So here is your actionable maintenance schedule. In the fall, get an annual heating inspection before the wet, bitter cold arrives. In the spring, do an annual cooling check to prep for the summer heat and clean out that algae we talked about. And year-round, change your filters every 3 months. Actually, make that every single month if you have pets or if you live right next to the airport, where the air particulates are just way higher. So, I'm going to leave you with this thought to reflect on today. Is your builder-grade system secretly losing the battle against the SeaTac climate right now? Don't wait until you're shivering in the dark or sweating through a muggy summer night to find out. Take a look at your equipment, run that $5,000 rule if you need to, and take proactive control of your home's comfort. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.